Hello YouTube, Dion from Tech with the unboxing of this RGB gaming keyboard by RR. Now I'm not familiar with this brand, but it looks like a typical keyboard with a lengthy USB cable and it's RGB, so I should check what it brings to the table compared to other RGB keyboards. This is certainly not the cheapest of the bunch, but this has an intriguing volume rocker that is hard to find at this price point. This makes this a really interesting product, so let's open it up and check the keyboard itself. We'll just need a pair of scissors to break the seal here, like that. And here we have it. We have just to open this here. Okay. Well, here we have the keyboard itself, and this is interesting. I can see we have a cap remover for our keys. That's nice. Now we have also some protective foam on both sides, and there's nothing else here. Now a really long cable as it seems, and here we have the keyboard itself. I'm surprised from the lack of a manual, but it has some heft to it. This is a really heavy keyboard, I must say. I wasn't expecting this to be metal. Surely this is really pleasing aesthetically. And here we have some media control with these keys here. That's a previous track, play, pause, and the next track. That's the following key. This volume rocker, I won't lie, it feels really great. Now this is really nice for audiophiles. I mean, it looks something from a hi-fi system. So let's test the keys. Not too bad. This actually is a membrane keyboard, but it feels clicky. You know what? I could not ask more from this price category. So let's check the rear side. We have our typical rubberized feet here, and we have the standing feet. Okay, there we have it. So we can arrange the angle that you're typing in. Now, since we have a keycap remover, let's use it and check what's under the keys. Just have to grab it really tightly, like that. There you have it. As you can see, this is a membrane keyboard, but you can change the keys, so that's a really big plus for me. You can have another set of keys to replace these ones. And now to connect this to your PC, you have a really lengthy cable as it seems. So let us untie this one. Okay, so this seems to me fairly long to connect with a typical USB to your PC. Not a braided cable, but for that price I cannot have any gripe for that. This surprised me in a good way with its build quality, and I don't think that you can find anything similar at that price point. Now again, this volume rocker seems really premium to turn anything to 11. It is at the same height of the keys. That might be a little problem for some people, but it is placed really well there. The build quality seems exceptional, as you can see here. It gives you somewhat of a premium feel, and that might look really good when the RGB lighting is turned on. It seems like something that it's already of the same type of keyboard we have already unboxed here, but this seems better in quality, a little bit pricier, but it's worth it. And I cannot stress enough the weight of it. I mean, this is really heavy. Ironically, this can stand some game rage, and you can modify the keys and give a roar or a battle scream to your opponents while beating your keyboard. Please don't hit this keyboard, you might break your hand, and this is really stable on your table, and somehow it screams quality. And here we have it in its full RGB mode. As you can see, we have different zones of colors, number lock, scroll lock, and caps lock. As you can see here, I have this blue LED indication when it's turned on. Wait a minute, did I trigger something here? Okay, everything seems fine now. Well, as I said, there we have this blue LED, and everything is quite vibrant, even in the bright daylight. Now, this knob really is a highlight on functionality here. As you can see, you can turn it on or off just by pressing this. You can control the volume on your PC. and you can also control the brightness, and it is actually a one-key control of the full keyboard, of the LED and the volume. Now, as you can see, this works as a volume rocker, and this cannot access the lighting now. You must press it again, see the indication of the LED, and now you can control the different modes. You have a breathing one here, it's already set to change, I guess. Typing turns on and off the LEDs. That's a really nice one. And from here it seems you can access the different lighting modes of this keyboard. It's a great shame that you don't have single color of the full keyboard, but at that price I don't think you'll find anything like that. You can see there is also a function key here that might give you some control there other than that of the knob. Locking the Windows key give you some extra features that are not indicated on the keycaps. That seems a little bit rushed, and as a flaw in my book, you know what, all this series of F keys and the function key allow multimedia functions. And here we have it in the dark. As you can see, it glows really well. Everything is properly illuminated. By pressing the knob you turn it off and on again. Now, keeping pressed, you have this indication of the 3 LED lights to switch to the different light modes. Okay, here we have the first one. This is a known mode. You can see it turns on and off really slowly. Now we can test another mode. Here we have the pressing keys to turn on the full RGB keyboard. As you can see, it turns off, and each key press turns on the RGB lights. Of course, apart from that, we also have the light brightness control with the knob here. Once you press and the indication is turned on, we can turn off or on at the desired brightness. You cannot see any light bleed or dark spots here. Everything is quite clear and well read in the dark. I really like this one. I've seen keyboards in this price category with lots of problems, but not in this case. Now, overall, I feel that this is a really good purchase for the asking price. Now, remember, this is a membrane keyboard, so you can save some money and get a mechanical one, but for a membrane, I give it 2 thumbs up. It certainly has some issues, but it's a great experience typing on this one, and for the features and the build quality, I can totally recommend it. So, this was the unboxing of the RR keyboard. Give us a like, subscribe, and as always, from Tech, thank you for watching.